Good lord, I didn't expect anything from this movie. I went in blindsided. Truth be told, I had a great time. Plus, Sydney Sweeney, you definitely have some good genes in this movie. Welcome, guys. Welcome, buddies and blockbusters. As you know, I'm your host, AJ. And yes, we're here to review the one and only The Housemaid. I know I'm a bit late. This movie was released at the end of December, but it's still in theaters even now. And the show that I went to, guess what? It was house full. So it's definitely doing well. But I've got to be honest here. I didn't watch the trailer. I had no clue about the movie. I didn't know there was a book about this movie. My wife wanted to watch this thing. Plus, my friend from work, Don, he was like, hey, he was in the same boat, but his wife wanted to watch it. And he had a blast. So I'll be honest, Don, thank you for recommending it because I was blown away. Maybe because I didn't have any expectation. I haven't watched anything out of this movie aside from these things. And plus, of course, when I heard Sydney Sweeney is there, you gotta go, right? So the folks who's read the book and stuff, maybe it's not up to your standards and it's not meeting the same piece as the book. But to me, as an outsider here who didn't have a clue about it, I honestly had a blast with this movie. My initial reaction is, holy crap, what just happened? A lot of things in terms of the acting, and it revolves around three people mainly. There's other supporting characters, but this whole movie revolves around those three people plus the kid. And they did a commendable job. I like the storyline. I like the way how it progressed. And there is a plot twist. I'm going to try my best not to spoil it because I want y'all to watch it and figure it out. It's pretty hard to not mention about it because it's essential to the storyline. But either way, we have Sydney Sweeney as the main character. Amanda Seyfried, I also feel she's the lead actress because I love the acting. On-screen presence that she had was like awesome, because at one point you hate this lady, but then you realize, okay, we just misunderstood the whole scenario. And then we also have Brandon Skynar. The initial phase, he's just a jock, great, good husband. Truth be told, he's a good looking hunk. And I'm confident that any lady who sees this man is gonna fall for him. He's showcased as this goody good, caring husband. To be honest, you feel bad for the guy because he's going through a lot with his family. And all the three characters here that I mentioned, who are the leads, who are the main folks, did a commendable job end to end with the story that was given to them. In terms of the story, without spoiling much, is you have Sydney Sweeney as Millie. She's broke, she doesn't have a house, she's basically in the streets, and she's just looking for a job. There's this job posted about the housemaid. Rich people have these bougie mansions and stuff like that, so they definitely need a housemaid, look after the house, the child, cook, and stuff like that. So that's when Sydney Sweeney goes to Amanda's house, was looking for it. And at the beginning, you feel like, okay, these are rich folks, amazing house, it's a huge mansion. There was still a couple of questions with the way how things transpire in that first interview scene. But then as and when she takes a job, you start to see the other side of Amanda, who's played as Nina in the movie. And I'm like, good lord, pardon my language, she's a bitch. Because she has these mood swings, she's probably psychotic in a way, and that acting, I love the way how she portrayed herself in this role. Like, you definitely hate her because of whatever she does, and she's always kind of putting down folks. And initially you would love the job because the way how it is presented is like, oh, it's the golden ticket because you have this huge mansion and all that. But then when you see the stuff that transpires and the way how Nina acts with her child, with Andrew, the husband, it's like, God, he's going through a lot. The kid is going through a lot. She's just cuckoo, But there's so many other stuff going on in the background. And of course, because of all this stuff happening, and keep in mind, I mentioned that Andrew looks like Prince Charming here. There's a couple of intense moments between Millie, Sydney Sweeney, and Andrew, right? And then, yes, as you all know it, things happen. And this is why don't take your kids, because this is where the good genes comes in. There's a couple of intense sexual scenes. It happens, and they're gonna get caught because that buildup is like, why? This is going to turn into a bad thing. You are going to get caught. Then there's a plot twist, which I'm not going to get to. And I just love the way how those components transpired and you get to know the backstory and all that stuff. I just like what was shown on screen. No pun intended. Now, I would say one piece, if you want me to nitpick around negatives, it's going to be the runtime. It's 2 hours and 13 minutes. I feel if it was a bit more condensed, maybe in the 1 hour and 50 minutes, it would have been crisp and clear, perfect. But outside of that, I just like what the story brought. I loved what the characters did. Sydney Sweeney was awesome. Amanda killed it. And then at the end, we see Brandon, the husband. The expressions and the sudden change on a couple of scenarios and his acting, there's a couple of comedic components that take place, which was awesome. You laugh and you have a great time. And the audience in the theater was having a great time as well. So all in all, I'm glad that I went for this movie. But for the folks who read the book, you guys let me know, how accurate is it to the story? Was it perfect? Again, missed the mark. Most of the book adaptations to a movie is always not going to live up to it. So you guys let me know. And for the folks who actually watched The Housemaid, what did you guys think about it? Do you guys have the same feeling as myself, or you just hated the movie? Let me know in the comments. In terms of a rating, I would highly recommend you guys to go and watch it in theater. If you haven't watched it, it's still in the theater. If you missed it, be sure to check it out in your streaming platform. It's more in the 4 out of 5 in my mind. So aside from that, be sure to like, share, and subscribe.